Hello guys, today we're talking about the box office again, and yep, this is a pretty okay weekend. Again, it's not the way it used to be. If it was a normal weekend without the pandemic, Ghostbusters would have easily passed $70 million domestically. But the box office are basically, it is recovering, but the Ghostbusters Afterlife made $60 million worldwide. So obviously, Ghostbusters isn't popular internationally. I think that's why I was saying only for $50 million opening worldwide. Because again, Ghostbusters is an IP that is an American thing. It's not a international phenomenon because there's probably reasons why. There's a lot of America, kind of like James Bond. James Bond is made by America, but everybody who likes James Bond is basically not American. Okay. Okay, and yes, there are people who do like James Bond that are from America, but it's mostly people from the international box office this year. And this movie is doing pretty well. So now we have the sad story of the Eternals. I thought the Eternals would actually only make 9 million, but the Eternals is continuing to bomb at the is continuing to bomb at the box office, which is no surprise. The movie has only made $346 million. And that's from that's including the new international sales that came in, which is only on 40 million. And it only made $40 million this weekend. It will likely drop another 60% to like 15 million. I think it's gonna probably up around Black Widow's numbers, which is funny because the international box office is actually recovering really now. When Black Widow came out, there wasn't really much of an international thrill at the box office. There wasn't really an international thrill. Okay, and the Eternals, even have the international box office, and it's still flopping, still failing at the box office. Can really show you the failure of the Eternals. Okay, so yeah, the Eternals is a flop. We don't have to really talk about that any longer. Next is Clifford. Again, I don't know why there's no international numbers for for Clifford. You'd think that Clifford would do well or at least have some international numbers by now, but no, really, it does not have really any international sales or any international numbers for the box office. But Clifford, it's doing okay at the box office. It's not, for a domestic release that is based off an IP that is basically pouring off in nostalgia, it's doing okay. But international sales is rolling because it's still zero, which means this movie is still a box office failure. So, next is King Richard. Sadly, another non-franchise movie bombing at the box office. I really have really low hopes for movies like, you know, Enchanto coming out later this year, and of course the fury of non-franchise movies that usually come around the holidays. But yep, King Richard is another flop by Warner Bros. So, yep. Next is Dune. This movie is becoming basically a super hit. No one was expecting this movie to do that greatly despite day-to-day streaming, which did definitely hamper its legs at the box office. But, you know, I think this movie would have easily already have made 350, it would have made way more money if it wasn't for day-to-day streaming. But it seems that even then, with day-to-day streaming, movies like Dune are doing way better. So, next movie is Venom. Yep, that's the second to last movie we're talking about. Venom is doing good. We already know that. Venom has been doing good at the box office. It has made money. Moving on. Same thing with No Time to Die. Another movie that has broke even a long time ago, but it's still making money. It has passed 154 million domestically and $700 million worldwide. So, and this is mostly from Chinese sales, but it is past F9. So it's the highest grossing Hollywood release of the year, which is something the Phantom Menace does not want to hear because the Phantom Menace, like with, they can't excuse us. They can't make excuses like a Black Widow for this movie, saying that this movie is a failure at the box office. Because this movie made $700 million at the box office of a $250 million budget. According to the Phantom Menace, this movie had a $300 million budget, which is not true, considering the fact that it did far better than many people said it would. So, yep, this movie is doing extremely well at the box office. And The Phantom Menace, of course, is still good to say it's gonna flop, because The Phantom Menace has parroted the same arguments over and over again without any real arguments whatsoever, which is the sad part about it. So that's basically about this video. Goodbye.